Society feeds men a comforting illusion. If you're rich, handsome, or successful enough, women will come to you, and you believe it, because it's easy to believe. It gives you measurable goals, income, looks, status. It makes attraction seem logical, even fair, but the truth is far more brutal, because what women respond to can't be measured. You felt it. When she pulls away, goes cold, or loses interest, even though you did everything right. The texts, the gifts, the attention, all of it worthless. Why? Because women don't choose based on logic or fairness. They respond to something deeper, something primal, a force that makes them feel small in your presence. Not oppressed, awed. It's not what you do, it's what you are. A woman surrenders not to reason, but to instinct, not to comfort, but to power, real power, the kind that cannot be explained, only felt. She doesn't fall for the man who follows rules. She's drawn, often against her better judgment, to the man who unsettles her balance, who doesn't try to win her, because he already owns the space. That's the kind of man Machiavelli understood. You were taught to be nice, to show up on time, to buy her flowers, to compliment her, to do what society told you a good man should do. And what did it earn you? A place in the friend zone, because you followed an illusion built to tame you. Men don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they believed the lie. The most dangerous man is not the one who lacks skill, but the one who still believes that women love fairly. This isn't a guide to becoming a better man. It's an expose on how women actually choose, silently, subconsciously, instinctively, not through logic, but through an emotional current. She doesn't fully understand herself, and that current is power. The kind of power Machiavelli wrote about, not the loud, performative kind, the silent, gravitational kind, the man who shifts the room just by entering it, who doesn't need to explain himself, because the air around him already does. You can follow the rules, text her back, be thoughtful, be dependable, and still lose to the man who doesn't care if she stays or goes, because she cares whether he stays or goes. Machiavelli knew it is better to be feared than loved, not in cruelty. But in mystery, she doesn't crave safety. She craves uncertainty, the man she can't quite pin down, the one who makes her feel a little off-center, unsure if she truly has him. Nice guys give away everything too soon. Their hearts, their time, their attention. Mystery dies. Desire dies with it. But power makes her wonder, guess, hope, and that uncertainty keeps her emotionally invested. A powerful man never chases. He doesn't try to prove his worth. He doesn't need to. He understands that attraction isn't built by being present. It's built by being unavailable in just the right way. Machiavelli called it the art of ambiguity. Never reveal everything. Never let her know exactly where she stands. Is he distant because he's busy or bored? She won't know, and that's what makes her obsessed. Mystery is not manipulation. It's dominance in silence. You could have all the status in the world, but if you beg for love, it evaporates, because women don't follow words. They follow energy, social cues, the respect you command from men, the quiet awe you evoke without speaking, the way the world reacts to your presence. She doesn't choose based on what you say. She chooses based on what she feels when you enter the room. Machiavelli understood. Real power doesn't seek permission. It doesn't ask to be noticed. It's simply there, unignorable, and in that space she doesn't fall in love because she feels safe. She falls in love because she feels spellbound, and you become the man she can't forget. Women don't assess you based on facts. They judge you based on how others respond to you. If other men respect you, if other women notice you, she feels it. No explanations needed, no need to talk, no need to prove. Status speaks for itself. It leaks through your calm presence, the way others defer to you, the space you command without effort. When you become the center of gravity, not by force, but by essence, you control the game. But the moment you have to declare your value, you've already lost it. Because value that's real doesn't need validation. Women don't just choose the man, they choose the man others treat as chosen. In the game of power, society's gaze is her compass. She withdraws, she provokes jealousy, she tests your patience, disrespects your time, violates boundaries. Does it seem irrational? It's not. It's a power test. Women probe your defenses the way a cunning general probes an enemy's walls, to see where you break. If you beg, if you explain, if you tolerate disrespect, you're no longer the man, you're now the pawn. Machiavelli wouldn't be surprised. He understood that power always belongs to the one unafraid to walk away. The man who leaves in silence, no warnings, no revenge, is the most dangerous kind. A hive owl, you man, doesn't plead. He doesn't lecture, he doesn't punish, he simply walks, not out of pride, out of principle. And it's that cold finality that etches him into her mind, not the flowers, not the promises, not the gifts. The more you chase, the more you confirm you're beneath her. But when you walk away with quiet authority, you send the loudest message of all. I am the prize, and I do not beg to be kept. Instinct decides everything. You could say all the right things, rehearse clever lines, polish your manners, play the perfect gentleman. But if her primal instinct isn't triggered the moment she sees you, none of it matters. A woman doesn't choose you with logic. She chooses with her biology. Her pupils dilate, her heart races, and long before she thinks, she feels. If you don't spark that immediate, visceral response, your best arguments are just background noise. Machiavelli would tell you, true power doesn't come from persuasion, it comes from presence. Just like a ruler doesn't ask for loyalty, he demands it. By his very existence, a woman must feel your dominance without a word. When you walk in, your energy speaks. When you breathe slowly, speak calmly, move deliberately, you don't just display confidence, you force her to question her own position. Machiavelli said, "The greatest power lies in making others doubt their place, leaving them no choice but submission." If you stutter, try too hard to impress, make her laugh, or prove your worth, she sees it instantly. You're not him. You're not the one she submits to. You're the one she uses for validation until someone stronger comes along. Machiavelli wrote, "Those who strive to please are always despised, because they reveal their hunger for approval." So, want to win? Then stop chasing. Stop performing. Let your silence carry the weight of your presence. Let your standards speak louder than any pickup line, and let your calm indifference become the mystery she can't unravel. Don't be chosen, choose. The chase ends with power. Most men live beneath a silent curse, the need to be chosen. They chase validation like it's oxygen. They walk through life waiting to be picked, to be liked, to be told they're enough, especially by women. Every message, every compliment, every glance becomes a small victory. A sign that maybe, just maybe, they matter. But Machiavelli would have called this a dangerous illusion, because a man who waits to be chosen is already beneath the one who chooses. The game of power has no room for passive men. The ones who win don't wait for permission. They become the standard, they create the frame, they set the tone, and they never, ever hand the pen of their value to someone else. The transformation begins the moment you flip the question in your mind. Not does she like me, but is she worthy enough to stand in my world? That single mental shift rewrites your entire presence, because now you're no longer chasing, you're no longer seeking permission to exist in her life. You're inviting her to earn her place in yours. And here's the paradox most men never learn. The moment you no longer need her, she starts to need you. When your energy no longer reaches for her approval, her curiosity ignites. When your value is no longer up for negotiation, she begins to feel your gravity. It's instinctual, primitive, irrefutable. Women are drawn not to desperation, but to direction, not to the man who pleads, but to the man who leads. And leadership doesn't mean domination. It means clarity, clarity of values, clarity of vision, clarity of boundaries. Because when you embody that kind of stillness, when your emotions don't sway you, when your peace doesn't shatter under rejection, when your self-worth is rooted in who you are, not who wants you, then you become something rare. You become untouchable. You become the one who doesn't play by the rules. You become the one who writes them. Women don't talk about this, but they feel it. Every woman instinctively recognizes the man who moves through the world with quiet conviction, who demands nothing, yet commands everything. This is not arrogance, it's alignment. You're no longer chasing love as a reward. You are love's test. She doesn't just get you because she's pretty. She earns you because she's aligned, because she brings more than appearance. She brings peace, intelligence, loyalty, depth. And if she doesn't, you walk away, not in bitterness, not in anger, but in absolute power. Because once you stop chasing, once you stop hoping to be chosen, once you stop explaining yourself to those too blind to see you, you stop being a player in her story. You become the author of your own, and that changes everything.